Hello and welcome to this gentle practice for the hips and the spine. My name is Tina Kivinen. Thank you so much for joining me here. If you enjoy the video, please do leave a comment for me. I love to hear how it's going. Also subscribing, liking the video, sharing is also encouraged and so appreciated. So we'll get started in a comfortable seated position. You may like to sit on top of a folded blanket, a cushion, or a pillow. Sitting in a way that's comfortable for you, perhaps legs are crossed or extended. The spine grows nice and long and tall. And as you're settling in, I'll just remind you that throughout this practice, this is really your experience. So anything that doesn't feel quite right in your body in this moment, just knowing that you can use that as an opportunity to listen to yourself, make any adaptations or changes that you feel intuitively are best for you. So as you're settling into this first seated position, you may close down the eyes. Begin to focus on the felt sensation of breathing. Noticing the rise and fall of each breath. The feeling of the air entering and leaving the nose. The expansion of the belly and chest as you inhale. And the release as you exhale. Noticing the breath starting to slow down and deepen as you pay attention to it. Perhaps welcoming the spaces in between each breath. The space at the top of the inhale, and the space at the bottom of the exhale. Allowing a feeling of spaciousness to settle in to yourself. The mind beginning to relax as awareness settles into the body. Welcoming whatever is here. Physical sensations, emotional sensations. The quality of your nervous system. Gently, with compassion and with curiosity, welcoming yourself to be here as you are. Allowing all the details and events of your day or of the world to start to settle. As awareness relaxes into the body and into the present. And we'll take just a few more breaths here, centering yourself in the present moment with compassion. You may allow the eyes to flutter open if you prefer, or keep the eyes closed. Either way, our focus is still in our inner space. As we begin to find movement now, we'll let our shoulders gently circle forward and up, back and down and round and round. In this practice, we'll be exploring some gentle movements, as well as postures, the intention of really creating a sense of embodiment, entering into your body with compassion and also with ease. And we'll focus in on some postures that create a sense of mobility in the spine. some healthy movements for the spine, as well as some focus on the hips, both with a bit of strengthening as well as stretching. So let's let our shoulders soften back and down. A few sun breaths. Inhale and sweep the arms out and up to the sky. Draw the hands together. And then exhale. The hands come down to the heart. The head may bow as well. Follow your breath here. Inhaling to sweep the arms up high. And exhaling, the hands gliding down to the heart. Following the flow of your breath. Beautiful. The next time hands come to the heart, pause there, interlace the hands and press the palms out forward as you round back, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. Inhale to lift and lengthen the arms back up to the sky, palms pressing upward, shoulders relaxing downward, and then bringing your hands just behind the back of your head, taking the weight of the head as you lift the heart upward, a gentle front extension. Beautiful. Bring the head to center and release the arms back down. We'll begin to move the spine in the 7 different directions. Beginning with your next inhale, let your heart lift forward, drawing your tailbone up and your shoulders back, extending, and then into flexion as you round, tucking the chin and tailbone under, pressing out through the back of your heart. Inhaling, the heart shines forward, the shoulders draw back. And exhaling, the spine rounds, tucking chin and tail. Follow the flow of your breath here. Doing this just a few more times, feeling the movement of the spine. You might even imagine the spine moving right from the tailbone and the sacrum all the way up to the base of the skull. Beautiful. Now we'll take our time to come back to center, to stillness, sitting up tall. We'll inhale and sweep the arms up high to the sky. For the next 2 movements, lateral flexion, lower the right arm down as you sweep your left arm up and over to the right side. Pausing here for just a moment and then inhaling to come up and over to the other side. Left arm lowers, right arm reaches long. Let's flow from side to side here a few times, letting your upper body gently wave from one side to the other. No rush, taking your time, moving with breath. Now, the next time that you're hinging to the right side, let's pause and hold that position. Left arm reaching to the right, the whole spine forming a crescent shape. Breathing here. And we'll float up and over to the other side. The left arm lowers down, the right arm sweeps up and over. And floating gently back up, releasing the arms down and into the next 2 movements of the spine, rotation. We'll twist, so the right arm comes beside the right hip and the left hand crosses to the right leg. We'll inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn gently towards your right side, turning from your waist up to your crown. Breathing here. Releasing back to center as we cross the right hand over to the left leg, left arm beside you as you inhale to sit up tall and exhale, rotating over to the left side. Breathing here. And softening back to center, taking a moment to pause. You may close the eyes down and notice length in your spine. The seventh movement is elongation. The tailbone reaching downward, the crown of the head rising to the sky. The feeling of your breath flowing up and down the length of your spine. Beautiful. Now let's stretch out our legs. As the legs stretch out, maybe you'd like to circle your ankles a little bit, wiggle your toes, wake up the legs from sitting for a few minutes there. And we'll do a few gentle movements to warm the hips here, beginning with the right knee bending. You'll reach hold of your right foot and your right knee with your hands or whatever part of the leg you can reach comfortably, and begin to gently circle the leg, rotate, maybe rock side to side. Breathing. Gradually pausing in center to hold with the leg drawing in towards the chest, just as much as feels comfortable. The spine still nice and tall. And we'll gently extend that right leg out, moving to the other side, bending the left knee, reaching to hold the knee and the foot or whatever part of the leg you can reach comfortably, beginning to circle and explore on this side. Maybe this side feels a little different than the other. And gradually coming to pause and center with this left leg drawing gently towards the chest and the spine lengthening up tall, breathing into sensation. And we'll extend this left leg back out here. And then we'll come to bring the soles of the feet together with the knees open to the sides, a position called Baddha Konasana or bound angle. The spine lengthening tall. You may even flutter your knees up and down a little bit here if you'd like. And come to pause with the knees settling into gravity, the spine long and tall. You may close the eyes down and center your awareness down in the hips, the low back, the belly. And you're welcome to stay tall, or if you'd like, bring in a little forward fold, letting your heart bow down towards your feet. And we'll bring the spine back up long and tall, pausing to receive, to notice the effects. Drawing the knees in towards each other, and we'll transition over onto our hands and knees. So you can come and join me in table position, knowing that if you need any extra support for the knees, you can always fold a blanket underneath them or even fold your yoga mat underneath them. As we come to bring hands under shoulders and knees under hips in table, a few more gentle spinal movements. We'll inhale to lower the belly, lift the heart, the crown, and the tail. Exhale, rounding, tucking the chin and tailbone under. Flowing back and forth here a few more times. Until we pause back in center, we'll spread the fingers wide, curl the toes under, engage through the low belly, and press your hips up to the sky for a gentle downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana pose. Here you may lift and lower the heels, stretching out through the backs of the legs in a gentle way. Maybe your hips sway side to side. Staying very rooted through the hands, so the hands are a nice foundation in this pose, like you're pressing the floor away. Feeling your hips and tail reaching up to the sky. You can pause and hold the pose as well, keeping a little bend in the knees and scooping the tailbone upward. The heart drawing towards the thighs and the low belly engaging. Welcoming this feeling of length in your spine. Beautiful. Let's lower our knees down to the earth, untuck the toes, And we'll do a few gentle strengthening movements, strengthening the glutes and the core. Very important for the health of the hips and pelvic stability. So we'll start with the right knee opening out to the side. Some call this fire hydrant pose. So right knee is out to the side, and then begin to circle the right knee, gently round and round. Notice the core is engaged, the low belly is strong, and you can even try slowing down the movement and see how that feels. And you can change the direction as well. And then the next time the right knee is open to the side, pause there, and a little bit of a clamshell movement. We'll lower the right knee towards the left and then lift it straight back out. And then lower it back down and lift it straight back out. Let's do this a few more times. And the next time the knee is open to the side, hold there, squeeze the glutes, draw in around the low belly. If you'd like to add in a bit of balancing, take your left arm and reach it out to the side, straight out from the shoulder. Breathing here. And let's lower the hand, lower the knee to the earth. A few gentle circles with your hips, just unwinding, letting your body move in any way that feels good. You might even like to roll the wrists here after that weight bearing on the wrists, refresh the wrists. Wonderful, and we'll come back to our tabletop pose. Spread the fingers wide, curl the toes under, press the hips up to the sky. Back in downward facing dog, you might lift and lower the heels. Explore what feels good for you. Until we lower the knees down to the earth. Untuck the toes, and we'll move into that same inquiry on the other side. So the left knee opens out to the side, and we begin that circling movement from fire hydrant. The left knee starts to circle round and round in the inquiry of how slow can you go. Often when we slow the movement down, we find the core engages, fires a little more. You can also change the direction. Until you pause with the knee open to the side, holding there, engaging the low belly, strong through the glutes. And we'll come into that clamshell movement. So left knee comes towards right knee and then opens straight back out to the side and go back and forth here. Still noticing your breath. Until the next time the knee is open to the side, hold there. Draw in around the low belly, feel the glutes are strong. It's like you're squeezing your hips inward. Option to stretch your right arm out to the side, balancing here. And then we'll lower the hand and the knee back to the earth gently. And a few free movements, maybe your hips circle, your spine moves, maybe you'd like to roll the wrists. Just exploring here. Now we'll shift into a child's pose. You may like to widen the knees a bit wider than the hips. Draw the big toes towards each other. Shift your hips back towards your heels and bow forward. The arms can stretch out in front, come along the sides of the body, or you can use your arms like a little pillow supporting the head. Wherever you are, take a few moments to settle into gravity, letting your breath come in through the back of your body and flow out through the front. A feeling of breathing in through the back, breathing out through the front. Taking another few breaths in this way, in through the back and out through the front. And now, gently lifting yourself up, taking your time, and we'll make a transition down onto the back of the body. So coming down to rest. For now, making sure that your head is flat on the floor. So no pillows or blankets under the head for now, so the neck stays neutral. The knees bend with the feet on the floor. And feet are about hip distance apart. The feet as close to your sitting bones as is comfortable. And we'll move into a flowing bridge pose, another nice posture for spinal health and really supportive for any of us that spend a lot of time sitting during the day, as it's sort of the opposite of sitting, creating an opportunity to lengthen the hip flexors and to open across the chest as well. So we'll ground through the feet. With your next inhale, lift your hips and belly towards the sky. You can also lift your arms up and overhead if you'd like. And we'll flow here. So with your next exhale, lower back down, rolling down the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Arms come down as well. With your breath, inhaling to lift the hips and belly up, arms floating up and overhead. And exhaling to lower down, rolling down the spine, arms to your sides. Follow the flow of your breath here. And the next time the arms and the spine come down, we'll pause there. So just letting your arms soften to the earth, letting your spine soften to the earth. And we'll come into the pose to hold, this time your arms staying at your sides as you ground the feet, engage the low belly, inhale to lift the hips and belly up to the sky, rolling up the spine. And you may choose to tuck your shoulder blades in towards each other, squeeze the glutes, feel the quads are strong as well. There's a feeling of squeezing an imaginary block between the thighs. Letting your heart lift towards the chin. Feel the glutes, the muscles of your buns are engaged, helping to support the body in lifting. Let's be here for another few breaths. You're welcome to hold a little longer if you'd like, or you might find yourself ready to roll down vertebra by vertebra, taking your time either way. Knowing when you do reach the earth, you can draw the knees into the chest and rock a little side to side. Massage your back. And then with one hand on each knee, let's do a few gentle movements where the knees open apart and come back in and open back out and come back in, and explore here a few rotations, bringing mobility and breath down into the hips. Until the next time the knees open apart, pause there, and we'll bring the soles of the feet towards each other. The hands reach through to hold the feet or ankles or lower legs, and if it's not available to hold there, you can also use a strap around the feet, or you can just bring the hands to the knees or whatever works for you. Letting your lower back settle into the earth as your breath flows down into the hips, the low back, and the belly. From here, we'll transition to hold just the right side, leg or foot, and let your left leg extend out along the earth. Or if it's more comfortable, you can bend the knee with the feet on the floor. If the leg is extended, try flexing that left foot. And now we have the right heel coming down towards the belly with the right knee out to the side. You can even shift to hold one knee, that right knee, and the right foot, perhaps even rocking a little side to side. a sort of upside down pigeon exploration. Knowing you can pause and hold a few breaths as well, with the heel drawing gently towards the belly, the knee out to the side, breathing into sensation. The option as well to come into a half blissful baby. If you choose, you might hold the right foot with the right hand and let the right foot open out to the side where your right knee is bending towards the side ribs or armpit, or you can come back and forth here, letting the knee bend and extend, exploring what feels right for your body, always listening to your range of motion, no need to push past your edge. Until we meet again with the right foot towards the navel again. And we'll let the left knee bend, bringing the soles of the feet back together for cobbler's pose. And we'll transition to the other side. So right leg extends out, either all the way out with the foot flexed or a bend in the knee if that feels more comfortable. Holding on to the left foot if you can, drawing the knee gently towards the belly. Maybe you're rocking the leg side to side as well, or whatever feels good for you. Exploring this other side. Breathing into sensation. The option for a half blissful baby, where you may hold the left foot with the left hand and open the knee, the foot out to the side, stacking ankle over knee, or coming back and forth between those two variations, or any other exploration that feels nourishing on this side. Staying connected with your breath. Letting your mind relax as you focus in on the world of sensation, the world of breath, your inner space. So we'll come to meet again with the left foot drawing towards the belly. And then we'll let the right knee bend as well, joining the feet back together again for just another few breaths in your cobbler's pose, which is feet together, knees wide. The option of shifting to blissful baby if you'd like to open the feet away from each other, ankles over knees. But again, listening to what your body needs, you might rock side to side as well, or explore any movement that feels just right for you. And the invitation is to come down into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle, when you're ready to bring the feet down to the earth, soles of the feet together and knees out to the sides. You might wiggle your lower back downward as well. And if you do have blankets or pillows nearby, you can create support by bringing a prop underneath the thigh on each side, or on any side that needs the support. As well, you can let the arms just rest at your sides, hands open to the sky or hands on the body. Cactus arms is a nice option as well, with the elbows bent and the palms up at your sides. That opens the chest a little bit more. Whatever feels good for you as we settle into gravity. Focusing in on your breath and allowing your exhalation to be a little bit longer than your inhalation. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like, or you might take your time to slowly, gently release, and to even find any final movements or any final posture that helps you feel complete and ready for relaxation. checking in to respond to any intuition within you, listening to what your body needs. As you eventually come to rest in stillness, knowing that if you need a bit more time to complete any final movements, you can also pause the video and then play it again when you're ready for the final relaxation pose. And as you come into the final relaxation pose, you can rest in a comfortable, relaxed, reclined position. So perhaps the arms extended with palms up, the legs extended, or you might slide a pillow or bolster under the knees, or you might prefer to rest with the knees bent and the feet on the floor if that's more comfortable, or choose any posture that you can really relax into for a length of time. Eyes closed down, or maybe you have a light covering over the eyes. To soothe your eyes with the healing darkness behind the eyelids. Noticing the gentle rise and fall of your breath. Each wave of breath slowing down and deepening. Each wave of breath guiding you to relax into the earth below. Relaxing into the support as any tension or stress you may be holding drains away. Like a flowing river, cleansing and clearing, clearing away any imbalances, clearing away any tensions physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically. Allowing your entire being to rest into a natural state of peace and stillness, just as you are. Taking this time of stillness, trusting that there's nothing you need to do, nowhere to be. Just simply here and now, resting, relaxing. And as you rest here in this natural state of peace, trust that this peace is within you and that it is accessible. Peace within your center, peace in the body and peace in the mind, peace in the heart. You may choose to rest here a little longer. You can rest as long as you'd like. If you're feeling ready to reawaken and transition, you can follow along with me, perhaps wiggling your fingers and toes, slowly, gently inviting movement, a little stretch. You can take your time to bend the knees and roll to one side, resting in a fetal position, giving thanks to yourself for taking this time. Perhaps pressing yourself up to seated, or knowing that you can close the practice in your own time and from any position that you'd like. So as you come to closure, you can bring your hands to heart center, either symbolically or physically. Settle into the breath and offer the benefits of the practice outward. May all beings be filled with loving kindness, and may all beings live in peace. Gratitude to the teachings of yoga, to the lineage and the roots of the tradition. Peace, 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 and thank you all. So thank you for your participation. Again, I would love to hear from you if you care to leave a comment on the video or be in touch with any questions. Thank you very, very much.